This time on Irish Pickers...
me toe.
Ian gets a line on some bargains, courtesy of Vintage Vinnie and his legendary contacts book.
He's doing good discounts here, Vinny.
Oh, but that's good to know. You know, my name is still good in certain circles.
The lads travel to the edge of Ireland, where Ian takes a step closer to the Almighty.
Do you ever want to be a priest or anything, Butsy, no?
No, I like women too much, man.
And he cleans up on home turf in Dublin.
Can we say 40 then, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, deal. Can we round it down to 3?
Yes.
Deal. Okay, cool. I like her.
Yeah,
I'll take
no
that.
problem.
20. Thank you.
Good deal, you're flying now.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, cheers, man.
Top Dublin dealer, Ian Dowling, trades in the history of the Emerald Isle.
I'm on the road with my best mate, exploring every inch of this country to find the antiques that tell the stories of Ireland. I like to look at these doors, man. That's a nice piece of history right there.
With the help of his team, Ian turns picks
1,000 wouldn't do it for you. Shake it 16.
into profit.
750 for the whole collection. I'll let you have them for 18.
925, come on, man.
All right, deal. Alli's the brains of the operation.
I need you to head towards the Ring of Kerry.
Butsy's the muscle.
Yabba dabba doo!
And Vinny's the experience.
The early bird catches the worm.
We are historical treasure hunters, and together we make an amazing team.
In the heart of Dublin city centre at Mulligan's Pub, home to Irish Pickers HQ, the team are meeting up in the bar to sort their next pick, and Ian's planning to catch up with some local contacts.
I think we're going to check in with Tom Dempsey on Francis Street tomorrow.
Oh, right, good.
Yeah, Tom's Curios. You know him, don't you?
Yeah, I know Tom very well, yeah.
Yeah.
The fact they're staying in Dublin, no harm to check out Michael. Yeah, man, Michael Duffy in Parnell Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth having a look at him.
Yeah.
He'll give you the Vintage Vinnie discount as well.
Good, yeah. What's that? 10, 20%?
Doesn't matter, you look after, you'll be okay.
We'll do that, so we'll go there after Tom's.
Is there anyone he doesn't know?
Not really.
The boys head across the city to Francis Street, the heart of Dublin's antiques trade.
So you know the way they call Francis Street the antique quarter? What's the deal with that?
There's always been kind of furniture shops and antique shops and art dealers on that street, all the way back to the 18th century. It's hard to get good value, so it's really important to work up a network of dealers like Tom.
So it's kind of like you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly, Butsy. Here we are, man.
Oh yeah, nice.
Francis Street has the highest concentration of antique dealers in the whole of Ireland, and one of the longest established shops on the street is Tom's Curios.
My name is Tommy Dempsey. I'm on the street 35 years and we deal mostly with pub memorabilia, Irish art and bric-a-brac. I run the shop with my wife Anne-Marie Dempsey. She's a great salesperson with a dynamic duo of Francis Street. I know Ian since he was a nipper.
How are you, Tom?
Just amazed that he loves antiques. Haven't seen you in ages, how are you?
I know, yeah, we've been out on the road the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Any new stock?
Nice, lovely, fresh stuff in again,
lovely.
yeah.
Let's
That's
have a
me, how are you doing?
How are you, Anne? How's things? Good to see you.
You too.
We'll start from the back and work our way back.
Yeah, no problem, Ian.
Cool, fella.
See how you like it, no?
Not yet, but you always find something in Tom's shop. The good thing about not being here for the last number of weeks is that Tom has lots of new stock.
Don't mind the prices, Ian, on anything, we'll always come down.
Tom, this quill sign, can I talk to you about it?
Come out to Quill pub, just beyond the quays.
A large part of my business is pub fit-outs. Publicans are busy people who aren't looking to pick one piece at a time. They're generally looking for a job lot of little interesting curiosities that they can basically paint the walls with and create an atmosphere for their patrons. How much are you looking for this?
I was looking for 80 euros.
80.
Yeah.
Would you take 40?
I go 45. How's that?
Okay, that's a deal, yeah.
How's that?
Thank you, Tom.
No problem, mate.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
Good luck with it.
I absolutely love little pieces like this. If you can get a little piece of Dublin for 45 quid, you take it. What's the story with this, Tom? Is it
It's an original engraving.
Daniel O'Connell, known as the Catholic Emancipator. Of course, O'Connell Street in Dublin, our most famous thoroughfare, is named after him.
In the early 18th century, as an Irish member of the British Parliament, Daniel O'Connell was one of the first politicians to demand equal rights for the Catholic majority in Ireland. His grave in Dublin is marked by a remarkable round tower monument.
What's the best you'll do on that, Tom?
I can do it for 150.
150.
Yeah, because it's the first one I've ever had.
I take him for 100.
I'll do it for 120. You won't get another one like it, I know that for a fact. Okay, then what I'll do, 110, that'll be my last.
110? Okay.
110.
Yeah, all right, deal.
Okay.
Black and white engraving of Daniel O'Connell that was made in the USA and is dated 1910. That has got to be a rarity here in Ireland. For that reason, I'll be sticking it up online for $2.50 or putting it into a specialist auction in Dublin. I've already picked up 2 pieces that'll be suitable as part of a package of pub decor, and I can already see lots more stuff. It's just a nice little picture, and it really captures the old Galway girl, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely, yeah.
I reckon I'm going to fill my boots today.
I'll do it for 20.
Yeah.
Very good to you.
Yeah, okay, cool. I like her.
Yeah,
I'll take
no
that
problem.
20. Thanks a
Best
million.
of luck.
With Tom cutting great deals, Ian stocks up on wall fillers.
It got some water damage, but you can have that fixed if you want it. Yeah.
I like it as it is. I think it'd be just, you know,
Yeah,
it's the type of
nice
piece
in a pub.
Exactly,
A
yeah.
conversation piece.
Would you do it for 40, Tom?
I do it for 45.
Okay,
How's
deal.
that?
Yeah, deal.
Yeah.
Deal. Lovely. See this one here, Tom?
I'd have to get 50 for that, Ian.
Go on, 45.
All right,
Sure,
go on,
deal.
45 again. All right, cheers.
Thanks, man.
Well,
Cheers. Liverpool, Ian. What's the best on this, Tom?
48, how's that?
Can we say 40 then, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, deal.
Okay.
Thanks a million. There you go. Sound, Tom.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The Beatles didn't break.
It's funny, isn't it, that I just bought that Liverpool lady.
Yeah, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, the Beatles.
I know it is, yeah.
Just
It's meant to be.
fall on the ground. How much is that, Tom?
20 euros. I don't know how old it is.
You say 15?
15.
Yeah, cool. I'll take
Early.
that, yeah. Cool. Let it be was meant to be.
Yeah, yeah. Instant karma.
They're very good.
Tom, can I just talk to you about this watercolour here? On display at the back of Tom's shop here was a beautiful watercolour by Norman Teeling.
That's Nelson's Pillar.
It really suited O'Connell Street, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It was really a landmark.
And of course, the IRA blew it up in 1966,
That's right,
didn't
yeah.
it? So what about Norman Teeling, Tom? Do you know much about
Yeah,
him?
he's a Dublin artist, still alive. He doesn't do watercolours anymore, just oil paintings. So that would be sort of a rare picture.
What's the bottom line on this?
Let's have a look now. 495. I'd do it for 350.
Yeah. With 250?
I'd split the difference. I go 280.
Can we say 270? Got a deal?
Yeah.
Okay, deal. Thanks a
Thanks,
million.
Ian. Good
Thanks,
man.
Tom. Thank
No
you.
problem.
I'll give that a good home now, okay?
Yeah.
This is a keeper. It's an investment piece. It's only going to appreciate in value. In a couple of years, this is going to be worth 3 or 4 times what I paid for it. Thank you,
brilliant.
Tom.
No
Thanks so
problem.
much. Right, listen, I'll see you again soon.
You're more than
okay?
welcome,
Take
Ian.
care.
You're more than
Alan, Thanks so
welcome.
much, okay?
Ian's contact has certainly delivered some great bargains. Next port of call is Vinnie's recommendation. Michael Duffy Antiques, north side of the River Liffey.
My name is Michael Duffy, and my father went into the antique business after the war, and I took over the business in the early 70s.
Michael.
Welcome.
Ian, Vintage Vinnie sent us down.
Oh, good. Any friend of Vincent's is more than welcome in my shop, and hopefully Ian and I will get a few deals done today. I know Vincent over 40 years. Some of the stock is here nearly 40 years, so you're welcome to rummage around.
Daddy, thanks, Michael. Thanks a million. Right, sure, we'll
Cheers,
get
Michael.
started, so, all right? I've never seen a chair so small.
Do you reckon you could actually sit on that yourself?
Actually kind of comfy.
Yeah. Well, so is this the start of Beatles Mania in Ireland, is it?
1963, wasn't it?
Just think of this. That's a real nice one, isn't it?
Nice, isn't it?
That's different, isn't it?
Sorry, Michael, I just wanted to ask you about this till.
The woman I purchased it off bought it from new. It's probably from about 1940.
The National Cash Register Company have been making cash registers in Ohio since 1884. They went on to achieve control of 95% of the cash register market in the United States. It's in mint condition. There's just a couple of signs of age, but it only adds to the piece.
It does work.
And to top it all off, it's working. You can't get much better than that. So you have 395 on this, Michael.
I'll give the 10% to trade.
10% discount for trade, yeah. And what about when you're a friend of Vintage Vinnie's?
Coming up, will Ian be able to cash in and make a deal with Michael?
Can we round it down to 3?
And at a remote salvage yard in Waterford, he's blown away by a surprising find.
It really caught me off guard to find this fantastic piece of Irish history wrapped up in a curtain in this shed.
In his hometown of Dublin, top picker Ian Dowling is paying a visit to a contact of Vintage Vinnie's, antique dealer Michael Duffy. He's bidding for this 1940s cash register and hoping Vinnie's name will get him a good deal.
And what about when you're a friend of Vintage Vinnie's?
Well, we might put the price up then, you
Yeah,
know.
that's what I was afraid to ask.
We would give you a further 10% discount. And that'll discount it down to 320.
Can we round it down to 3?
Yes.
Deal. Thanks very much. Thank you,
Cheers.
Michael. Thanks a
Thank
million.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Michael.
very much.
I'm loving the Vinnie discounts.
Thank
Long
you.
may it last.
Yes,
Thanks
indeed,
so much.
yeah.
I've been looking for an antique national cash register for a client for a little while now, and this one ticks every single box. And I think he's going to be willing to pay $850 for this piece.
Do you remember these flying ducks? These were pretty much a decorative piece back in the 70s and 80s, pretty much like that.
Yeah.
Or the other way. Usually the small guy goes on the bottom, I think. Real sought after now.
I think they remind us all of our auntie or
That's it.
granny.
Yeah, my own folks had them. You have 175 on them though. What do you reckon you do for me on these?
150.
150. Can we say 130?
Okay.
Sound. Happy days. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Good deal, and you're flying now.
Thank
Good
you,
man.
Michael. Yeah, cheers, man. I got my ducks all in a row for that deal. Not a huge margin in it for me, but these are really hard to find. I'm going to be putting these up online at 185, and at that price, they're going to be flying out the door in no time.
Hello?
Vinny, what's up? How's things?
All right, Ian, how are you?
Yeah, listen, I'm down here in Michael's.
Oh, that's good. Tell him I said hello.
He's doing good discounts here, Vinny.
Oh, that's good to know. You know, my name is still good in certain circles.
Certain shops, you know.
It's certain shops.
I'm glad that you had a bit of luck, Ian.
Yeah, all right, man. I'll see you in the office, all right?
Okay, cheers. Thanks, Ian. See you later. Bye-bye.
The doings of drink or the publican versus the people.
Yeah.
Quite a picture here.
It really is, and just the whole team, I think, is great.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Fun.
This guy, Robert Summers, was a Methodist, and I think as part of the temperance movement, he actually painted this. This is a print from an original painting. It's like an anti-drink message.
It looks like a lot of fun. It's like they're all having a crack. Like,
They are, yeah. But no, it's a nice piece, Michael. What's the best you'll do on that?
I can do it for $295.
Can we say 275? And I'm not finished buying yet, by the way.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Well
Thank
done.
you. I bought this because I absolutely love it. And if I love it, I know my clients will too. It's guaranteed to be a talking point in any pub or home bar. That's nice, isn't it?
What do you reckon?
Dobbin and Son.
George Dobbin and Son were synonymous with clockmaking in Dublin from 1842 and were official timepiece suppliers to train stations and offices of the Crown.
Any clock that's Dublin made and has Dublin on the face is very collectible and sought after. Especially ones that are in perfect working order and in fine condition. If it's working and we can get the price down, it'd be interesting that.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Really nice, isn't it? Yeah. Michael,
Yep.
just looking at this clock here. What's the bottom thing there? Like
When
does
you
that
open that, you put your pendulum in there.
So how far will the Vintage Vinnie discount get me on this one?
That one there, 495, and do it for 400.
400.
But that would be my final.
Could we shake at 350?
No. But I would at 375.
375. That's a deal.
Good.
Thank you, Michael.
Cheers.
Happy days.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I'll pay you now. The Vinnie rates just keep on coming. 375. What an absolute bargain. Michael, thanks so much for today. Love that cash register. I'm delighted with it.
Brilliant.
Ian's swoop on local Dublin dealers, Tom Dempsey and Michael Duffy, has come at a cost of almost €1,700. But he'll expect to make a healthy profit of over €2,000 in sales.
See you, lads.
At Mulligan's the next morning, Alli's busy photographing the new stock for online sales,
All right, Alli.
whilst Vinnie casts his experienced eye over Ian's Dublin haul.
Hi, Ian.
All right, how's things?
Yeah, good.
So what do you think of the stuff from Michael Duffy's?
I think, believe it or not, Ian, I think he's done extremely well.
Yeah, man, this is 375 for this. For a clock that's, what are we talking, 160 years old?
Yeah, lovely.
And this was an absolute steal.
I got to clean it up or
Man,
will you sell it as is?
I think it's perfect. I wouldn't touch it. I
As
wouldn't-
is?
Yeah,
How much you pay for that?
300 quid.
Oh, brilliant. What do you reckon?
Honestly, I wouldn't sell it for any less than 750. But this man, I actually have a buyer already lined up for this.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent on a picture. You know John, who owns the Brazen Head pub?
I do, yeah. The oldest pub in Dublin.
But when you've got such a historic pub, you want to fill it with authentic items, don't you?
Of course, yeah.
And what's even better, he's willing to pay for it.
How much?
I told him 750.
Oh, really?
He says he wants to haggle a bit on price and that, but...
Yeah, well, he's not a third kicker.
No, he's not,
Time
man.
waster, you
No,
with me?
he's not, yeah.
So, it was a good tip, Ian.
Very good tip.
Yes.
Ian takes the clock just up the Liffey to the Brazen Head.
How are you, John?
Ian,
Great
good
to see you, man. How's things? How are you?
Good.
You know, Buts.
Buds, how are you?
Good, thanks.
So this is your brand new clock?
Oh, wow.
Or should I say
Fantastic.
150-year-old clock? It's a beaut.
Come on, bring it in, let me see.
Cool, man. Thanks a million.
The weight of the clock, like trying to lift it here, and just the craftsmanship that must have gone into this, and to have it still working 150 years later. If we can come to a deal, I'll be very happy.
So we're 750 was the price.
So Ian, you're not going to get away that easy.
Yeah, okay.
I do think it's a beautiful item. Give me something I can play with. Give me a little bit of luck money.
The best I could do would be 720.
Leave it at 7 and we have a deal.
Okay, will you throw in a couple of free points?
Of course I will.
Myself and Buts?
You're
okay,
more than
thanks
welcome.
Thanks very much, pal. That's great. Very happy to see it end up here.
Gertrude is definitely going to have to sling her a hook.
Man, I think that looks absolutely amazing up there.
And so, in less than 24 hours, Ian's made a profit on the clock of €325. Flushed with success and with cash to splash, Ian and Butsy head down to Mulligan's for news of their next mission.
Morning, Vinnie, all right?
Hey, morning.
How's
Morning,
chicks?
Butsy. What's the plan?
I think we're going to Waterford tomorrow. Yeah, there's an auction down there, wouldn't mind checking out.
Really?
Yeah, we're actually just going to go up and check in with Alli and see if she's got a pick lined up for us for today.
Right.
So it'd be good to get one in today,
Yep.
and then the auction.
Good,
make the
yeah,
most of our trip.
Make the trip
that's-
worthwhile.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll
See you
talk
before
to
we
then.
go, right?
See you later, Butsy.
All right, man.
Come on, Maxie. Good boy, come on.
Hey, Alli.
Hi guys.
Did you have any luck finding us a pick in Waterford?
I did actually. I got you guys something really good. So I haven't quite gone to the ends of the world, but I have gone to the edge of Ireland. I found a remote salvage yard called Corcoran's Salvage and Fit Out. It's right on the south coast of Waterford, just at the edge here of Dunmore East. And the best thing is they actually don't deal with the public. They're appointment only. So I'm after getting you guys an appointment today.
That sounds great, Alli. We'll get going then, will we, Buts?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
All right.
All right,
See
bye.
you later.
Ian and Butsy travel 120 miles towards the very tip of Waterford. The county is colloquially known as the Déise, as it was home to one of the earliest Gaelic tribes, the Déisi. Corcoran's Salvage and Fit Out is situated just outside Dunmore East, Ireland's second busiest fishing port, on the dramatic coastline of the Celtic Sea.
As long as the GPS doesn't guide us off the cliff, we'll be our winner, huh?
True, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you've got a safe pair of hands here, pal. Well, look at this, man. When Alli said it was remote, I didn't realise it was just this remote, man. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here, isn't there?
Jeepers, yeah.
Cinema seats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
How's things?
How we getting on, Ian?
Good. Ali sent us down. I'm Ian.
Dave, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you, pal. How's things?
Tony.
Ian, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Dave.
Corcoran Salvage is a family business run by Dave and Tony, first cousins and lifelong pals.
We've been together since we were that height. Had a bit of a brainwave after our uncle closed the business in town. So we bought the remaining stock he had and we came out here.
As you can imagine, running a salvage yard on the edge of a cliff has its challenges, but yeah, we love it here. It's a great office.
So you have a couple of visitors here in the shed, have you? Up in the rafters there?
Yeah, a couple of birds there.
Yeah.
So you get a free bird with everything else spent.
Dave and Tony seem like really relaxed, easygoing guys. I've no doubt we're going to do a nice bit of business here today. Well, look, sure, grand, we'll get stuck in, so...
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see what
walk
we
away,
can
lads.
find, and we'll come back to you. The thrill of a salvage yard is you just don't know what you're going to find. And this salvage yard in particular has lots of stuff all over the place. It's Graves Waterford sign.
Oh, yeah.
They were local barn builders. Used to stick these signs up on the side of every barn they built. I guess the thought process behind it was that the neighbour down the road would get barn envy and want to replicate his neighbour's brand new spanking barn.
They were from New Ross originally. I've got another one around the corner with the actual New Ross on it.
Oh, give us a look, yeah.
Other side here. So that's the New Ross connection to the graves. That's where they came from originally.
If I can get this sign at a good price, I'll be able to get top dollar. Would 100 quid take this?
No.
No?
I wouldn't buy the nuts and bolts in it.
What are we talking then?
I'd have 300 quid on that.
Take 200 first.
No, I couldn't do 200. I'll do 250. That'd be rock bottom on it now.
Grand, sure, we'll do a deal at 250 on this one anyway, right?
Yeah, it is a rare one.
Yeah. €250. Very happy with that. I'll easily double my money on this one.
There's another nice piece in there under that cloth.
Oh, yeah?
Seeing that Ian has an eye for historical items, Dave and Tony are keen to show him a piece that is carefully under wraps.
This is obviously something fairly special, is it?
It is. Not the curtains now.
All right.
The man himself.
Very nice. Tony takes out the Michael Collins portrait, signed by Michael Collins. Well, didn't expect that, I have to say. It really caught me off guard to find this fantastic piece of Irish history wrapped up in a curtain in this shed.
Michael Collins was a revolutionary soldier and politician who fought for Ireland's independence and was pivotal to the 1921 Anglo-Irish Treaty. Memorabilia of him carries a high price because he's considered one of the great Irish Republican martyrs due to his assassination shortly after the treaty was signed.
So it was when they went to sign the treaty, this was painted over there.
Belfast-born Sir John Lavery, one of the most famous artists of the day, painted a portrait of Collins when the treaty was signed.
Lavery and Collins were very good friends. They actually used to go to mass together.
And I think Collins was very fond of Lavery's wife, I heard as well. Did you hear that?
Yeah, rumour had it,
Yeah.
that he was. There was talks of an affair there one time.
Yeah, there was.
It's believed Michael Collins only signed 10 copies of this portrait, making it a very rare find.
I'm afraid to...
Ask.
What's the bottom line here, lads, on this? What do you think?
I'll take
really?
10 grand for it.
10 grand?
No messing.
Yeah.
Coming up, can Ian flash the cash to get his hands on this exceptional piece of history?
I may not get another opportunity to buy one of these.
And at an auction in Waterford City, he tries to romp home with this engaging equine effigy.
120, 130, 140, 150.
At a salvage yard in County Waterford, Dublin dealer Ian Dowling is making a bid to buy a very rare portrait of Irish revolutionary Michael Collins.
Well, didn't expect that. What do you think?
I'll take 10 grand for it.
10 grand?
No messing.
Yeah.
But at 10 grand, is it one step too far?
No, to be honest with you, I was going to come in at 2,500 for this.
No, you wouldn't be in the...
Yeah.
You wouldn't be in the same league.
Yeah. I may not get another opportunity to buy one of these, but paying more than 2,500 just wouldn't have made business sense. It's hard to believe that was just wrapped up in a curtain there, in that cabinet, isn't it?
Here on the edge of a cliff, like.
Yeah.
What's it even doing here, like?
I don't know, man.
Like-
It's an unusual one.
With no deal struck on the Michael Collins portrait, Ian moves on in search of better value in the yard and outbuildings of Dave and Tony's vast 5-acre site.
It's a nice trunk, isn't it?
Yeah. Doesn't interest you, is it? No.
It's nothing to get too excited about. Oh, me toe. You all right?
My toe.
Just as it seems the wheels and the doors are starting to come off this pick, Ian gets a spiritual calling.
They must have cleared out a church or something.
Do you feel all powerful up there?
Actually, kind of do, yeah. Like it. Do you ever want to be a priest or anything, Butsy, no?
No, I like women too much, man.
Could be a Church of Ireland minister, Butsy. With the best of both worlds.
You found a pulpit, lads.
Yeah, just admiring it. What's the history behind this one?
Ian Paisley has seemingly spoke from there. Or should I say the Reverend Ian Paisley?
All right.
Back in the day. I don't know, does that shoot the value up or down?
Reverend Ian Paisley was a Presbyterian minister, as well as the political face of hardline Ulster Unionism in Northern Ireland. But in the late 1990s, he worked with his political opponents to shape the Good Friday Agreement that brought peace to the north.
It was amazing to see the turnaround with Ian Paisley, wasn't it? When himself and Martin McGuinness, they became best friends, you know.
Great to see it, wasn't it?
Great to see. Yeah, it is.
Buried the hatchet.
Buried the hatchet.
You can see how basic that was. Just
absolutely, man.
Basic as BJ's. This is the fella says.
You don't have a photo of him standing on it?
No.
When they told me it was Ian Paisley's pulpit, well, I didn't see that coming. Not something you'd expect to find in Waterford. It'd be hard to price something like that, wouldn't it?
How many steps are on it? 5. We say 100 a step.
At the moment, I absolutely can't prove the provenance on the pulpit, so my offer is going to reflect that.
Well, where would it need to be for you to purchase it?
I'd take it away for 200, lads.
Do 3 there and I'll shake your hand on it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, 250 would be my best on it.
Yeah, okay, we'll go for that.
Yeah? Okay, deal. Thanks a million. There you go, Tony.
Money, man.
Nice one. Thanks a million, right?
Cheers.
No idea what I'm going to do with this, to be honest with you. The minimum that I'd expect this pulpit to achieve at auction would be €500. But to be honest with you, I expect it to go an awful lot more.
Ian's hoping picking up the pulpit could lead to more barnstorming deals with Tony and Dave.
Sorry, lads, can I just ask you, just spotted these. Just can't walk by these without asking you more.
Blueprints from Waterford Crystal.
Yeah.
We had the factory here in Waterford. Closed down about 10 years ago. So these were the original blueprints.
How did you come across these?
The guy we knew that worked in Waterford Crystal.
Right,
when they were closing the factory.
Yeah.
I think he had these in a cupboard and he was emptying it, so he just brought them on with him.
Some of the finest cut glass in the world was produced in Waterford from 1783 for over 200 years. Although still a major tourist attraction, Waterford Crystal closed the doors of its factory in the city in 2009.
Waterford Crystal had such a great reputation for quality that prestigious sporting events wanted their trophies made by them. Would you take 500 for the lot of these?
No.
Yeah.
Not a hope.
Yeah. Okay. What's the story then? Would you 6?
You'd be talking 150 a piece.
1,000 for the lot would be my best foot forward on them.
Be less than what we paid for them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
With Dave and Tony striking such a hard bargain, Ian looks carefully through the blueprints to find the ones that might be more sellable, so he can maximise his profit.
All right, well, look, so I'm not interested in these.
Okay.
I'd be interested in these.
Yeah.
500 quid for the 5 of those.
No, you'll have to do better than that.
Yeah, right, okay.
I'll tell you what I'll do with John. I'll do them for 120 each.
120 each.
Yeah.
Deal. Thanks, man.
Right, thanks.
Lovely. I'm going to get these framed, mounted, and at 500 quid a pop, I don't think I'm going to have any difficulty getting a nice profit out of these 5 blueprints.
Next, Ian wants to talk to the cousins about some cinema seats he spotted when he first arrived.
What's the story behind them?
They came from the Savoy in Cork, famous cinema. They were closed in 1975.
Traditionally, cinema and theatre seats are usually red and blue. What sets these apart is the gold upholstery. My mum's from Cork, so you never know, she could have sat in these.
Could have been when she met your dad, hey?
Well, actually, they met in 1976, so just after, unfortunately.
So probably where she met someone else then?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah, yeah. The classic 1930s Art Deco cinema seats are an absolute jewel. I know they need a little bit of cleaning up. The upholstery has seen better days, but there's no tears, no rips, just 1 or 2 little cigarette burns, which is expected with these vintage cinema seats. 100, take them away.
Said 200.
Well, the ones I've had, you know, the Stella Cinema in Rathmines, they were selling those cinema seats for 50 a pop. But no, I do like them. I got a 150.
I'll go 170 and we'll shake our hand.
So I'm gonna have to get them cleaned up and that. We say 160.
Yeah.
Okay, deal.
Perfect.
Man.
Cheers. Thanks a million.
Thanks a million, right. Cheers, Tony. Thanks, man. You could easily knock 350 for the pair of these, but they'll probably end up in my mum's kitchen, but I'll give her a good discount though. Have you seen anywhere else then that we haven't covered?
Yeah, we actually have an uncle across the road. It's like only 5 minutes away.
He's got some stuff, has he?
Boschko full of,
Yeah,
full of
yeah.
stuff.
Come on. Sounds good. Great.
We'll lead the way.
Dave and Tony's uncle Jim lives a short stroll inland from the salvage yard.
How are you, Jim?
Right.
How are you?
This is Ian.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
Uncle Jim, an ex-salvage dealer himself, still keeps his hand in and has a shed jam-packed with his remaining stock. A custom-made medical sign is the first item to interest Ian.
Would you take €80 for it?
Seeing you're coming in. Yeah, why not?
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right, nice one, man.
Great.
Thanks a million. I actually quite like that print there.
Mulcahy's?
Yeah, it looks like it's a page out of a calendar. Maureen.
Maureen?
Yeah. I spotted Maureen on the wall. She's really eye-catching. Your typical 1940s Irish pin-up. Little Thatch cottage in the background. It's kind of nice, man. Do you want to take that out?
I'll take that out, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Maybe the Kim Kardashian of Ireland back at that time, huh?
Check this out, Butsy. Ever seen these before?
What's the crack with it? I've seen something like it, but...
Big houses around Dublin would have had these. Call your servant.
Oh, nice.
Founded in County Tipperary in 1919, MF Kent became one of Ireland's largest engineering firms and was responsible for upgrading the country's entire telecommunications network.
Kent Electrical actually went on to be a hugely successful billion-dollar company. They actually sold to a Canadian engineering company for $2 billion.
Wow.
It's a nice piece, man. It's in good condition. These sell.
Ian's ready to make a play for the servant's bell and the 1940s calendar girl.
We were just admiring her there. Would you take 30 for her?
I think it might come up a little bit there.
Yeah.
45.
45. Well, I'll tell you what about this here? I'm interested in this as well, so maybe we can do a deal on it too.
Great history on that one now.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous piece.
150.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah, okay.
Would that be, does that sound,
yeah? Yeah, that's great.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Thanks a million, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Breaking it down, I got the lovely Maureen for 45 and the servant's bell for €105. I'm going to flip the bell for between 200 and 250, but Maureen, she's coming back home with me.
It's been a profitable trip to the very edge of Ireland for Ian.
I've had a really good day and I got great value from Tony, Dave and Jim.
From an outlay of almost €1,500, he expects to make a return of around 3,000.
See you, lads. Look.
The boys leave the rolling countryside of Dunmore East and head to Waterford City, 10 miles away. Waterford was founded by the Vikings in the year 914 and is Ireland's oldest city. In the morning, Ian's attending an auction at R.J. Keary's in the centre of town. But tonight he's got homework to do, so he stops off at a local cafe to check out tomorrow's lots.
So have you found anything?
Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 lots here already, man. There's a framed newspaper, the Waterford News from 1948, celebrating the life of Thomas Marr. There's a cast iron horse's head.
Cast iron horse's head?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Kind of reminded me of The Godfather when I saw it. It's very cool.
Looking good, Jack.
Let's do it, yeah. It's definitely worth the trip.
Yeah.
Sweet.
The lads are up early and ready to hit the auction.
Waterford has a very important place in Irish history.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Like what?
The humble cream cracker was actually invented by the Jacobs family in Waterford in 1885.
Yeah, that's mad. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it? I like partial to an old cream cracker.
Yeah, well, think about that next time you're chomping on one.
Rody Keary has been running the auction house with his wife Anne since the 1980s.
Rody does the auctioneering, I do the penciling, and Rody sort of gathers in all the items for the auction.
Rody's at the helm today when 700 items will be auctioned in a non-stop 7-hour marathon.
He feels if we take a break, the adrenaline goes out of the room.
It's like a football game. You win the first half and you lose the second half. So if you have no stop, you keep winning.
We're just here to register for the auction,
Okay,
please.
just get your details there, please.
Ian's early arrival means he has time for a first-hand look at the items he earmarked online, including the framed anniversary newspaper that honours one of Waterford's favourite sons.
So this newspaper is basically celebrating both Thomas F. Marr and the establishment of the Waterford News.
The first edition of the Waterford News was published in 1848. The same year, Thomas F. Marr led the Young Irelanders' rebellion against British rule.
During a trip to France, he also got inspiration from the French tricolour, so much so that he returned with an Irish version of this. He was actually the first person to raise the tricolour in Ireland, right here in Waterford.
Right here in Waterford.
The flag that Thomas Marr designed is a very inclusive flag. Green represents the Irish nationalist community, orange the community loyal to the crown. The white in the centre represents peace. It's only going 50 to €80. I'd absolutely love to take that home with me. Baby walk.
Baby walk? I thought it was an outdoor toilet.
It's great. It's in great condition.
As the lads continue to scour the auction room, Ian finds some familiar framed artwork.
So this is it, you like this one as well?
Yeah, I like this one.
I can't believe my eyes. Sitting on the wall in this Waterford auction is another Waterford crystal blueprint. But this one is even better from the others I got from Dave and Tony. It's framed, it's connected to Arkle, one of Ireland's most famous racehorses, and of course, the Cheltenham connection. Thousands of Irish horse racing fans make the pilgrimage to Cheltenham every single year.
See it there, Arkle, Chase, Cheltenham, 1991.
2 for 1?
Yeah, 2 for 1, man. Yeah, makes it quite collectible. Out of all the lots here today, this would be my favourite. The guy's only 150 to 200 as well. I mean, you got it at that level, I could be very, very happy.
It's time for Ian to get in the zone as the centenary edition of the Waterford News, featuring Thomas F. Maher, comes under the hammer.
We'll be starting and all items to be sold. So we'll start me at €50. 40, 30 bid, thank you sir, at 30 bid, 35 bid, 35 bid, 40 bid, at 40 bid, at 40 bid now at 40, at 40, sorry, 45 bid, 50 bid, at 50 bid now at 50, any advance on 50, at 55 bid, at 55 bid, he says no, at 55 is your bid, any advance on 55, I'm selling to the gentleman on the left, at 55, well done, and your number is 24, thank you very much.
The hammer's just gone down on the Thomas Maher Waterford News piece, and I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm going to pop this up online, and I think there's going to be a really good markup on it.
Coming up, will Ian be at the races when the Cheltenham Festival blueprints go under the hammer?
5, 40, 5.
And back in Dublin, Vintage Vinnie parties in the pulpit.
Come on, Vinny!
See you all in Glastonbury next year!
At R.J. Keary's auction house in Waterford, top Irish picker Ian Dowling is determined to buy the best local memorabilia and antiques. Earlier, he admired this Georgian baby walker, and now it's about to go up for sale.
I think you're getting browdy or something.
It's a lovely bridge table or whatever.
What I really like about this is the condition. It's absolutely, in my opinion, as new.
Lot 390, I have an opening bid at €30, and advance at 30. 5, 40, 5, at 45 bid, any advance at 45. Any advance at 45, a gentleman in possession at 45 last time at 45.
€45 for a Georgian baby walker. What a steal. And in fantastic condition. You wouldn't even get a new one for that. This will most likely go to some of my diaspora clients.
With a little time to spare, the boys take the chance to check out some of Waterford's world-renowned crystal.
Being in Waterford today, I really want to take a little piece of crystal away with me. I like these, man. I like when there's kind of like a purpose for the Waterford glass. It's not just a load of glasses that just stick in a cabinet and never use. I'd really like to get my hands on the clock and the lamp. Both really nice, functioning, practical pieces of Waterford crystal. Even at 120, that's the upper estimate. That means 60 quid a piece.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But there are plenty of bidders who could shatter Ian's hopes.
Waterford lamp and clock, €80, 50 bid, at 50, course would fit, at 50 bid, at 55, 60, 5, 70, 5. At 75, you bid, sir, at 75. The two items together at 75.
It would have been criminal to leave here today without a piece of Waterford crystal. I had an inquiry just the other day from a client who's looking for items from Waterford. I now have a beautiful clock and a really nice Waterford crystal table lamp to offer.
Next up is an item Ian is hoping to gallop away with. The cast iron horse's head he saw in the online catalogue.
The cast iron horse head, 80 bid, 80 for the horse head at 80, and the advance at 80, 5, 90, at 90, 95, 100, 110, at 120 in the corner.
But Ian faces stiff competition in this race.
120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200 to the lady, 220 to the gent, 240 to the lady, 260 to the gent, 280 to the lady, and the advance at 280, and I'm selling all the time, 280 to the lady at the back. 280.
Unfortunately, the other riders pipped me to the post on this one. It's still bothering me because I really wanted to take this horse's head with me.
It's time for Ian's most prized lot of the day. The Waterford Crystal Blueprint from the Cheltenham Festival, with a reserve price of €100. Ian romped home with similar prints from the salvage yard. But will he make it to the winner's enclosure this time?
I'll open the bidding at €100. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220. At 220 bid. Any advance at 220, I'm selling to the gentleman on the left against you all at 220.
It's time putting that hammer down.
This is a really special piece, so I'm really going to command top dollar for this item. I'm taking about $750. Will you find another? No, you absolutely will not.
Ian spent almost €400 at auction on items of real Waterford provenance, as well as a Georgian baby walker, all of which should net him a margin of around €1,000.
You host a great auction. I'm looking forward to being back down here again. Really nice Waterford pieces, and
right.
Whenever I need something from Waterford, you're the man to call.
You're more than welcome.
All right there, Butsy, all ready to go?
Yeah, all loaded up, yeah.
Sweet.
The boys dash back to Dublin with a jeep full of bounty from the Daisha County. The Waterford Hall is unloaded, and Vintage Vinnie gets to try out the pulpit from Corcoran's salvage yard.
Do you reckon it would sell as a DJ box?
Go on, Vinnie.
Dublin, I beat that! Dublin, I love you!
DJ Vinnie's in the house.
See you all in Glastonbury next year!
And Alli's in the know about the Waterford Crystal Blueprint.
You're going to love this. It was actually won by an Irish horse, and the horse is called Remittance Man.
Oh, brilliant.
He's actually ridden to victory by champion jockey Richard Dunwoody.
That's super. Yeah, he was major. He would have been the equivalent of Lester Pick in his day.
Right.
And another thing you're going to love, Ian, he was actually reared in the same stables as Red Rum.
That's great, Alli. It was won by an Irish horse, an Irish jockey, bred here in Ireland. We've got the whole Cheltenham connection here, Arkle and Waterford Crystal. I think that's worth $750.
Happy days.
Yeah. We bought it for $220.
Alli's also been looking into the background of the Graves enamel sign from the salvage yard.
They were shipping merchants and they were builders in New Ross. Robert Graves actually ended up setting up in Liverpool himself and actually became so popular within the community, he became mayor. Robert Graves really left a legacy within Liverpool. He really wanted Liverpool to have a football club, so it was him who actually granted the land to be able to build Anfield.
Anfield is now one of the world's most famous football stadiums, but its roots will always be in Ireland.
Anfield, which is actually named after Anfield Lane, which is where the Graves' ancestral home was.
It's amazing that that's where it all began for Liverpool.
So you got this for $250. What are you thinking you can sell it for?
I think easily $5, but what with the information you have now, maybe more.
Later, the team get together for a bit of R&R after a very busy but successful week.
Yeah, it was a great trip down to Waterford, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good stuff there.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It was great catching up with the Dublin dealers, wasn't it?
It was a great day out.
Yeah. There's no point travelling around the country and missing out what's on our doorstep.
Yeah.
I'll show you this, Vinnie. This is the Norman Teelan that we got from Tom.
That's brilliant. I saw lots and lots of his paintings.
Did you, yeah?
He's one of my favourite artists. That's a keeper. I'd never sell that.
Yeah, so Dublin's been good to us.
Up the dubs.
Cheers,
Up
cheers.
the dubs.
Cheers.